Why some homes always feel calm, even when life is busy. It's not about cleaning more or working harder. It's about something quieter, something that happens before the mess even begins. There's a way of living that keeps disorder from taking root in the first place, not through rules or strict schedules, but through small, gentle choices made every single day. Choices that respect your energy, choices that honor your peace. These are habits that don't ask you to do more. They ask you to notice more. And when you notice, everything begins to change. The clutter stops arriving. The overwhelm fades. Your home starts to feel lighter, not because you cleaned it differently, but because you began to live in it differently. If you stay with me until the end, I'll share something that can change not just your home, but the way you feel inside it every single day. Today, I want to share 7 quiet habits that keep a home from ever becoming messy. These aren't chores, they're rhythms, small acts of care woven into daily life. And they work not because they're complicated, but because they're so simple that anyone can begin right now. Let's begin. Tip 1. Return things while your hands are still holding them. This is the first habit, and it's so simple it almost sounds like nothing, but it changes everything. Most mess begins the same way. You set something down, just for a moment. You tell yourself you'll put it away later, but later becomes tomorrow, and tomorrow becomes next week, and suddenly, that one thing has 3 friends sitting beside it, and your table has disappeared under a quiet pile of intentions. The habit is this: when you're done using something, put it back before you reach for the next thing. Not later, not when you have time. Right now, while it's still in your hand. You finish your tea. You walk the cup to the kitchen, you read the newspaper, you fold it and place it where it belongs. You take off your sweater, you hang it up before you sit down. It sounds small, but this habit removes the gap where mess lives. That gap between using and returning. That's where disorder grows. When you close that gap, clutter has nowhere to begin. This isn't about being strict with yourself. It's about being kind to your future self, the person who will walk into that room later and feel either calm or quietly burdened. You get to choose which feeling you create. At first it may feel like extra effort, but soon it becomes invisible. Your hand moves naturally. You don't even think about it anymore, and your home stays clear, not because you cleaned it, but because you never let the mess start. Tip 2. Keep flat surfaces empty and ready. Tables, counters, shelves. These flat spaces are where life happens, and also where mess collects quietly, one item at a time. There's a principle that works beautifully. Keep your flat surfaces as empty as possible, not perfectly bare, just mostly open. Because when a surface is clear, it invites calm. When it's crowded, it invites more crowding. One envelope becomes 5. One bottle becomes a small crowd. This happens without you noticing. Your mind sees a surface that already has things on it and decides it's okay to add one more. But when a surface is clear, something inside you hesitates. You think twice. You put the item away instead. So the habit becomes this: before you set something down, look at the surface. If it's empty, respect that emptiness. Keep it that way. Find the proper home for what you're holding. If the surface already has a few things, take a moment. Put those things away first. Then decide if what you're holding truly belongs there, or if it too should go to its real place. This doesn't mean your home has to look like no one lives there. It means your home looks like someone who lives there cares. Kitchen counters hold what's used daily, nothing more. Side tables hold a lamp, perhaps a book you're reading, nothing that's been forgotten. Flat surfaces stay ready, ready for life, ready for use, ready to bring you peace instead of weight every time you look at them. Tip 3. Own only what you can care for. This is a harder truth, but a freeing one. Your home will never stay calm if you own more than you can truly take care of. Think about it gently. Every object you bring into your home is asking you for something, asking to be cleaned, to be stored, to be moved when you need space, to be thought about when you're looking for something else. Each item costs you a small piece of your energy. And if you have too many things, there simply isn't enough energy left. You become tired. The mess feels impossible. Not because you're failing, but because you're trying to care for more than one person reasonably can. The answer isn't to feel guilty. The answer is to let go. Look around your home with kind eyes. What do you actually use? What actually serves your life right now, today, as you are now? Not the person you were 10 years ago, not the person you hope to be someday. You, now, keep what serves you. What brings comfort or usefulness or true joy? Everything else can leave. Not all at once, not with pressure, just slowly, gently as you're ready. When you own less, care becomes possible. You can wipe the shelf because there are only a few things on it. You can find what you need because it's not buried. You can breathe because your home isn't asking so much from you anymore. A calm home isn't about having nothing. It's about having only what you can hold with love and attention. If this feels true to you so far, I'd be so grateful if you subscribe to this channel and turned on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. And I'm curious, where in the world are you watching from right now? Leave a comment and let me know. I love seeing how far these quiet ideas travel. Your comment also helps more people find this space. Thank you. Tip 4. Complete the whole action, not just the first part. Here's something most of us do without realizing. We finish part of a task, but not all of it. And that unfinished part waits, quietly, creating disorder. You do the dishes, but you leave them in the drying rack for 2 days. You wash the laundry, but it sits in the basket, clean but wrinkled. You sort the mail, but the envelopes stay on the counter even after you've read them. Each time, you did the hard part, but you didn't finish. And unfinished things create mess, even when they're technically clean or sorted. The habit is this: finish the whole circle. Don't just wash the dish, dry it and put it away. Don't just wash the clothes, fold them and return them to the drawer. Don't just read the mail, throw away what's not needed and file what is. When you complete the entire action, nothing lingers. Nothing waits. Nothing quietly nags at you from across the room. This doesn't mean you must do everything immediately. It means when you choose to do something, you see it all the way through. You close the loop, because open loops create mental clutter. They live in the corner of your mind. And even though they're small, together they make you feel like you're always behind, always forgetting something, always about to deal with one more thing. When you finish the whole action, you finish the thought too. And that brings a peace that's hard to describe, but easy to feel. Tip 5. Let each thing have only one true home. This sounds obvious, but it changes daily life completely. Every single thing in your home should have one clear, simple place where it lives, not 2 places. Not wherever there's room, one place. When something has a true home, you always know where it is. You never search, you never guess. You use it, and you return it to the same spot every time. This removes so much frustration from daily life. The scissors are always in the drawer by the window. The keys are always on the small dish by the door. The reading glasses are always on the table beside your favorite chair. Always. No exceptions. No, just this once, I'll put them somewhere else. When things don't have a home, they wander. They appear in strange places. They get lost. They create little piles in corners because you don't know where they belong. But when everything has a home, your house practically organizes itself. You're not managing chaos. You're simply returning things to where they live. If something doesn't have a home yet, give it one today, right now. Decide where it will always be. And if you can't think of a place for it, maybe it doesn't need to be in your home at all. Maybe it's asking to leave, and that's okay. A home where everything belongs somewhere is a home where you never feel lost, not in your space and not in your mind. Tip 6. Handle paper the moment it arrives. Paper is quiet, but it's one of the biggest causes of household mess. Mail, receipts, flyers, notes. Paper arrives every day, and if you don't handle it right away, it multiplies. It spreads across surfaces like slow water. Before you know it, you have stacks, piles. papers you're afraid to throw away because you're not sure what's in them anymore. The habit is simple but powerful. Handle paper once. When mail arrives, deal with it immediately. Open it, read it, decide. If it's trash, throw it away now. If it's something to keep, file it now. If it's something that needs action, do the action or write it on your list right away. Don't set it down to look at later. Later never comes. Or when it does, you've forgotten why you kept it. Keep only what truly matters. Bills you need to pay, documents you must have, letters that bring you joy. Everything else can go. All those advertisements, all those papers that make you feel like you should do something, but you never will, let them go. They're taking up space in your home and weight in your heart. If you already have piles of paper, start small. Take 10 minutes. Go through one pile, just one. You'll be surprised how much of it can be thrown away, how much of it was never truly needed. And once it's gone, you'll feel lighter. The air in your home will feel lighter too. Tip 7. Notice when something feels heavier than it should. This last habit is the most important one. Even though it's the hardest to explain, it's about paying attention to the feeling in your home, the feeling in your body when you walk into a room. Sometimes a space feels heavy, not because it's dirty, not because it's messy, but because something in it no longer belongs. Maybe it's an object you've kept out of guilt, a gift you never liked but felt you had to display, clothes that don't fit anymore but you're holding on to just in case, furniture that takes up space but doesn't serve you, books you'll never read again, dishes you never use, things that were meaningful once but aren't anymore. These things create weight, not physical weight, emotional weight, and you feel it every time you see them. Even if you don't realize that's what you're feeling, your home should feel like rest, like relief, like you can finally put everything down. But if it's full of things that carry old stories, old guilt, old expectations, it never feels that way. It feels like work, like something you're always trying to manage or ignore. The habit is this. Notice the heaviness, and when you feel it, ask yourself gently, why is this still here? Not with judgment, just with curiosity. And if the answer is anything other than because I love it or because I use it, consider letting it go. You don't owe your space to the past. You don't owe it to anyone's expectations. Your home is for you now, as you are today, and it should hold only what supports that life. This is the habit that makes all the others possible, because when your home holds only what belongs, everything becomes easier, lighter, calmer, and you finally have space to breathe. Let me bring this all together now. A calm home isn't something you achieve once and then keep forever. It's something you create gently every single day, with your hands, with your choices, with the small, quiet habits you practice without even thinking. These 7 habits aren't rules, they're rhythms. Return things while you're still holding them. Keep flat surfaces open and ready. Own only what you can truly care for. Finish the whole action, not just part of it. Give everything one clear home. Handle paper the moment it arrives, and notice when something in your space feels too heavy and let it go. You don't have to do all of this tomorrow. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to begin. One habit, one surface, one drawer, one choice at a time. And slowly, so slowly, you might not even notice it happening, your home will start to feel different, lighter, easier, like a place that welcomes you instead of asking something from you the moment you walk in. If you're tired, I understand. If your home feels like too much right now, I understand that too. But I also want you to know that it doesn't have to stay that way. You can start exactly where you are, with exactly what you have, and it will be enough. So tell me, which of these habits felt most familiar to you? Or which one surprised you? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so we can continue this journey together. Each video is made with care for people like you who want a calmer, gentler way of living. Before we finish, let me share something with you. If you want to keep your home truly clean, organized, and pleasant without effort or excess, I've prepared a complete guide with simple recipes, a gentle weekly routine, and methods that help everything feel lighter. The link is in the first pinned comment. Now take what spoke to your heart today and try it calmly at your own pace. Thank you for being here. Thank you for letting these ideas into your life. I'll see you in the next video.